Hey Mallards, it is Tuesday. Ginger came over with the idea of playing a role-playing game, but we didn't. We played Fairy Tale Gloom instead. Megan won, because she's a boss, and made of
Vex is a
cupcakes
boss.
and sunshine, and
I'm very nice.
yeah.
Or at least a little bit nicer than Mallory.
Yeah, and also a little bit nicer than Vex. Like we're vicious, mean people playing this game.
We were just trying to take out our aggression.
Yes. Let loose the anger by playing Gloom, which I'm a fan of. I love Gloom. I really enjoy that game. It's so much fun. But now we're going to play a different game, one that I'm not nearly as good at. And that is, let's guess what Megan's books are just based on the cover. Megan, how many books do you have for us today?
I have 6 books.
And are they all library books?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, let's play.
We've got a mix. The first one is a library book. This is the book I'm currently reading. It's called Solitaire by Alice Oseman. Here's the cover. And then here's the back cover. You'll get some bonus back cover action.
Okay.
There is some text here.
Yeah, I just can't read it from this far away.
You can't read it from close either. It's like gray on black on purpose. It's on the cover too. They've made a choice here with this cover.
The choice
Wow.
is illegibility.
So I feel like this is clearly a digital, this is it's related to computers. Mostly because it's got a digital heart on the back. I would say that it's probably, so here's the thing, is that what I can read on the front is a bunch of names. So I feel like I'm being misled by the solitaire, and it is actually about a group of people. So it is a story about a group of friends who are all lonely but meet digitally.
That is not true.
Oh, well, I tried.
It is about a group of friends, or I think that they will probably become friends, who all go to the same school, and they all blog, or like most of them blog, and one blog shows up at the beginning of the book called solitaire.co.uk that is like a prank blog
Oh, okay.
right now. It is queer. Lots of people in this book are queer. It is from one point of view, despite the fact that like the many names led me to believe that it would be many POVs. It's just the one by a girl with like very extreme anxiety.
Okay. All right. Next. This one's called Like. It's a Pulitzer Prize finalist. It's clearly poems.
That's correct. Can you tell me something about like the style of the poems in this
It's
book?
solely what would be Greek chorus pieces in like traditional Greek tragedies.
And can you tell me like one fact about this poet? Like, what do you think this poet's known for?
What's their name?
A.E. Stallings.
This poet is known specifically for those poems that look like things, like where you write poems in a shape.
I think that A.E. Stallings would hate those. You're like pretty close. A.E. Stallings is a poet who is a translator in addition to being a poet. So like she translates a lot of poetry, especially like old Latin Greek poetry, and is really into form. So they all have like very particular form, which does not mean shapes. It means
that
like,
is a form, but
lots
not the kind of form they're into.
Yeah, I think that that she has none that are shapes, but lots of like sonnets and
Like traditional meets and meters.
yeah, like
Okay.
very into, that's what in poetry when someone's like using a form or into form. So that means,
Excuse me.
it means that they're very into
I feel like I
meters.
get a
Yeah, I
Point
think
with
that's
that
a
one.
win. I
Yeah.
think that's
yeah.
a point. That was close.
All right.
Now we've got
In Barcelona with You by Megan Fuentes. Here's what I know about this book. It's written by your friend.
that's
You
true.
you know them.
It's written by our friend Megan Fuentes. What's it
is-
about, Mallory?
It's definitely a romance.
That's true.
It is
What's it about? You gotta tell me.
It is about somebody who travels to Barcelona and falls in love with somebody who's there.
That's too vague.
It is about
It is part of a series where all of the books do this thing.
Oh.
That's your hint.
Where all of the books do this.
Yeah. They're all romance novels that are like this. There's In Buffalo with You.
Oh.
There's in blank location with you. Is a series by Megan
So
Fuentes.
it's all people who stay in like a vacation rental by owner, but one of those ones where you stay in somebody's room.
I thought you were gonna say all places that start with B.
No, it's one of those ones where you like rent a room in someone's house, and that's how they fall in love.
So contemporary romance.
Yes. Oh, yes. Is it not contemporary?
No.
So here's the thing:
Not
is
at
I thought it
all.
was contemporary, and then I looked at this photo, and then I was like, I am incorrect about it being
Yeah,
contemporary.
it is set in the 1920s.
Oh.
The series is Love Affairs at the World's Fair.
Oh.
So they are all books about
Where there were
who-
World's Fair.
about people going to the World's Fair and falling in love
Wild.
in particular.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
do not win that one.
this far through it, and it's good so far. It also has multiple POVs.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah, and it switches between the like girl and the guy.
Girl Crushed. It's gay.
That's correct.
It is clearly about people who work together.
Okay.
And okay. And I think from this cover that they work at the same coffee shop or cafe or something, but that they work opposite shifts.
I don't think that any of that is true, but like, I'm not positive.
It's just that she sort of looks like she's wearing a uniform, and then the other girl looks like she's got that same thing like thrown over her shoulder. Like it's just the same colors, but it's
Yeah.
maybe just outfits they're wearing.
This is also just a dress, and this is a jean jacket, I think. I don't think that they work together. I don't think that the coffee shop might be where they go on dates. But I don't
I did
think
not see this back.
that there's anything to do
Yeah.
with the coffee shop, really.
Okay.
Like, I think it's a location. It's about a girl who gets dumped during her senior year. So she, like, thought she was gonna go off to the college that her girlfriend's at and, like, have a good time. But she gets dumped, and it's about her senior year where she, like, likes someone new, but the more she likes the new person, the more she's thinking about the last time she liked someone, which was with this other girl. So it's like a getting over a breakup love story,
Okay.
as opposed to I guess it could also be an opposite shifts love story, but that feels like a lot to pack into one book.
I do feel like that's a lot to pack into one book, but if I would like to acquiesce that I get no points, but if you find out they work together later, I get a point back.
Yep. We can let's do half a point
Okay.
just
That's fair.
to even it out. Cool.
Soft science. This is also poetry, for sure.
Because it says poems right here.
Oh, it also does that. But also, have you seen the cover of this book? It's clearly a poetry book. I feel like poetry books covers are all, like, they're not all the same, but they're all distinct.
I feel like this could just as easily be a poetry book. It's the way that they're like.
So it's the way that they're mounted, but it's also, like, the way that the titles are. Like, In Barcelona with You is not a poetry book title, but Soft Science is. So this is a poetry book. It is, I think it's about, well, does the whole book have a theme? Or like, you know, like where do we want to?
Yes, yeah, the book has a theme.
Okay. All right, then I would say, like, judging from this cover, because that's the whole point, is I'm just judging these books entirely based on their cover, that it is about the immigrant experience.
No.
Okay.
This person is not an immigrant. They are Korean American, and a lot of their books are about being Asian / Korean American. I assume a lot of the books in this poetry book will be too. But their previous poetry collection is like mostly that, a chapbook of mostly that. And this is about a lot about comparing humanity to like being a machine.
Oh,
And,
interesting.
it is a very contemporary book. I think that it's her most recent book. I think it was published in 2019. So
okay.
it's yeah, and it's also described as a exploration of all that comprises the intimate and all that consumes the communal. So
Wow, if that doesn't...
whatever that means, but the theme is
I
like,
was like,
the
if
theme
that's
is like
not a poetry book, I don't know.
The theme is like sci-fi, cyborgs,
Okay.
sort of like machines and people.
All right,
Is
what's
the
next?
vibe. Our last book
Oh my god.
is a chunker.
Okay. This is about vampires.
No,
Really, it's called Nosferatu.
it's vampire inspired and adjacent, but I think that there are not.
And also, it's by the author of The Death Job. Like, it just seems like it would be vampire related.
Oh, I can't read this book. I was sent this book in Spanish.
I wondered because it says Del Author del El Traje del Muerto.
I did not order this from the library in Spanish,
But you have received it in Spanish.
but I have received it in Spanish, but I do know what it's about.
It's not about vampires?
No, it is about a serial killer
Oh.
who has a car with the license plate
Nosferatu.
Nosferatu, who does like take their blood. I think it's like a vampire inspired killer.
Okay.
It is a slow burn
I don't know what would give you that impression.
that takes place over Christmas. It's a Christmas horror novel.
Oh. Intriguing. Mm-hmm.
But
yeah,
I can't read it because it's in Spanish, which is unfortunate because I did not order it in Spanish.
So I got 1.5 points.
Yeah.
Yeah, which isn't terrible, all things considered.
I don't know if it's good.
I had an enjoyable time playing this game like I do every time.
It's a fun game.
I hope you had fun. Grab a book off your shelf and guess what it's about based on the cover. I'll see you tomorrow.